I was in the best shape of my life, like the crazy marathon runner, tough mudder, CrossFit. I had had both of my kids, and they were like 3 and 5 at the time. And life was just awesome. And I got really sick all of a sudden, and where I could not walk. And one night I couldn't walk. And I looked completely fine on the outside and went to the emergency room, and they sent me home and pumped me full of, all the medicine they do when you go to the hospital. And 2, 3 days later, I was back. This went on for about 6 weeks. I had to teach myself how to fight and question authority because they kept telling me everything was fine. There was nothing wrong with me. I went to 9 different doctors, and I was literally dying on the inside from a rare infection, and they missed it. They sent me home with a white blood cell count that was 4 times what it was supposed to be, which it was through the roof, and human error basically missed it. And went to the hospital one day on that ninth. That's just that one more phone call, one more doctor. And I thought I was crazy at the time, Craig, because I didn't have normal signs of infection. And what had happened was this rare bacteria was inside me. It had formed abscesses in my spine and in my hip. So once they finally found it, it was a matter of minutes and hours where they said, we're going to do emergency surgery and we have to remove part of your spine. And here I am as a mother, and just freaking out that I've got these little kids, that I could be paralyzed, that I could be dead. And there wasn't a choice. It was, you will die or we're going to do surgery. So, you don't really have a choice. And it was funny because they wheeled me in and I was like, can I get like a second opinion? And this was like the 9th doctor that, I had been through, but at the time. So obviously I lived, but I did have to learn how to walk again. I had to go through, a lot of physical therapy, IV medications, and just tons of doctors just poked and prodded. I was in ICU. I ended up becoming septic because it had gotten into my bloodstream. It was just a really rare case for somebody. I was 36 at the time. They had never seen it. And I was just a science project in real life. And unfortunately and fortunately at the time, Craig, I said I had the picture perfect life, but it was really a facade. And I was really dying on the inside in 2 ways, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. I wasn't happy in my marriage. I wasn't happy with where I was at in life. I really didn't feel like I had a purpose or anything. And here this infection came along, nearly killed me. And I woke up from that, and I haven't been the same since. And that's really what has propelled me into I've got to live alive. Like, I cannot hide in plain sight anymore. I can't stay stuck. I can't settle. So I'm going to use this second chance to build that life that I love. I'm going to fight for my future self. And eventually it turned into me after I got better and stronger, into getting my personal training certification updated, into building my own business, into getting a gym and a brick and mortar from the ground up, from a dirt field with no clients, and moving and going through a divorce, and a lot of other things that happen to most of us later in life. But it really created the foundation for me with mortality motivation to live my life on my terms, not to settle, to be very bold and courageous every single day, even if it's just a little tiny bit. But that is fighting for my future self. I just got to show up a little bit. And I think that's the disconnect with people, is they think that they got to do all of this, right? And sometimes it's just this and this and this, and then it compounds. And then all of a sudden you have this unapologetic authenticity of like, wait, I don't have to say yes if I don't want to. Wait, is this something that, is going to serve my future self? Will this help impact my legacy and my current life, my kids, my business, my mission? So all of those things. And this was a course over 8 to 10 years, and it helped me build this book, and it's helping me write the other books. But that's really the foundation for my message and my mission, to help people live alive.